Hello, ladies. Are you ready to embark on this incredible journey of self-discovery, to embrace your purpose and passion, to stand strong and encourage others? Let's grow together. Let's inspire each other, and let's change the world one heart, one soul, and one life at a time. Welcome to our monthly gathering of transformation and empowerment.
Hi, welcome. I'm Victoria Miserak, and I'm so glad you're with us today at Ignite Purpose. And I have a great friend with me today, Joanna Sanders. Hi, Joanna.
Hi, Victoria.
Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
So we've been excited to kind of have Joanna several times so we can learn. She's got so much to learn from. So I've asked her again, and this time, Joanna, we're going to talk about brokenness. I know it's a yucky topic for most of us, but a necessary topic.
Yes.
You know, we all go through brokenness. Everyone's different in their brokenness. It doesn't always look the same. We can't judge it on other people, right? Right. But it's broken nonetheless. So what about you? I mean, I know that you've encountered brokenness. Do you want to tell us a little bit about
I was a very hard rock that God had to break open.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, girl. It was, I was very stubborn. I was insatiable in my way of thinking, in my way of life. I've always been strong-willed, and it honestly only got worse the more I lived. Even though my choices weren't producing the results I wanted to see, I was still convinced that they were right. And so brokenness for me was it was a shattering of almost every area of my life. And that was the only way. I believe that there are some of us out there who are wiser than I was at the time to be able to look at their results and say, oh, this is not working out, and then to wisely react to that and conform to what is necessary. But that wasn't me. And so he really had to break every area of my life in order for me to say, what now? And really the question was, who now?
And when you say every area, name a few of those areas. Just
I
so we
mean,
can
literally
all relate.
financially, spiritually, mentally, physically. In 2012, all of those areas broke.
All of them at once.
All at once. And it was crushing and devastating. And I felt like, who could this God be that he would take all these things from me? How could this be a loving God?
And so this is after you've already been walking with him and
no,
enjoyed
this was the breaking that led to me walking with him.
I see. Okay.
He had to break me in order to have me submit to him.
I understand.
And so I found him truly at the bottom of all of those shattered pieces. And I wasn't looking for him. I want to be clear about that. I didn't want him.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything to do with him.
I think you even threw a Bible across the room or
I
something.
did.
Yeah.
There was a very intense night in which I submitted my life to him, but I didn't even know that there was really a struggle in that spiritual sense. I was very naive and really uneducated about all of that. I now know that there was a spiritual battle for my soul that was going on. And in order for God to really get my attention for a submission to him and his way of life, he had to break me down to ground zero, to where I would say, okay, me being on this throne is clearly not working at this point.
Yeah.
Somebody else has got to do this job.
Yeah. It's kind of like God's boot camp, isn't it? Break it down
felt
to
like
build
it.
you up.
It felt like it, for sure.
And so what about, have you since then, so then we understand that God saved you through that.
Yeah.
And then you're a Christian and you're walking along.
Yes.
Does it happen again?
It happens every morning. There was, after I got saved, then there was this very intense period of 5 years of consecration where little by little he would break off these things. And he would sometimes not break them off, but break them open and shine his light into them, to where I would see something that I never saw about that situation before, or about that relationship, or about that friendship, or whatever it was, or about that thing I was participating in. And I was like, oh, but that too?
Yeah.
You know, it was like I almost didn't want to give certain things up. And as I continued to surrender those items, and it wasn't perfect by any means, there was a lot of struggle, but as I continued to submit each one of these areas, that light shining in the brokenness actually would rebuild that area of my life in such abundance that I couldn't deny the result.
Right. Now, is there an example you can give of like
Yeah.
where the light came in and, you know, and changed things? And
Probably the biggest
because
example.
there's a lot of people, right, that we've all been through it, but if we're in it right now, we you know how easy it is to forget,
Yes.
right? And you just forget. So maybe you can help if there's someone that's going through brokenness now.
Yeah, for
what
sure.
to remember about our God.
Oh,
in it.
my goodness.
Yeah.
The biggest example I have was this sexual sin that I was in. It was such a level of darkness. And I had identified with it, and I said, well, this is the thing that I'm always going to be and I'm always going to do because this feels right and natural to me. And I was certain that, especially when I first got saved, well, God loves me, He knows me, He loves me as I am, so this will still be acceptable to Him. And He started to change my heart from the inside out without my permission. I figured I needed to give permission.
You gave him permission when
I
you
did.
said yes to him from the get-go, right? But you didn't realize
I didn't realize it was that.
Overall, yeah.
And for Him to come in and so lovingly change my desires and my definition of what I perceive to be love.
Yeah.
Change that and disassociate love from sin. That was one of the biggest areas of my life that He had to break up because it was a stronghold at that point for 3 decades of me associating love and sin.
Yeah.
And for Him to break that off to now associate it, love and holiness.
Yeah.
I never thought I would be that woman.
I mean, that's such a topic. I just want to dive more and more into, you know, what did you think love was and what,
Yeah.
but I don't know if we have time today. So you've got to come back because that's just that's a great topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great topic. So the Lord lovingly comes in,
Yeah.
restores,
Yes,
rebuilds.
every area.
Yeah. And so now, so much so now when you look at that brokenness,
Oh, it's the best thing that ever happened.
isn't that crazy?
It's the craziest thing. The devastation that I thought was the horror and the downfall of my life became the turning point of everything good that He was about to do. It was, you know, if you watch a movie and there's a drama and like the hero comes in, like it was that scene where the hero was coming in, but I thought it was the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had no concept that He was truly just rebuilding my entire life in a way that would not only please and hopefully glorify Him, but bless me as
Yeah,
well,
right?
even after I didn't deserve it.
Yeah. And blessing, right? I mean, not
Yes.
just like, okay, I can accept this. It's like,
Oh, no. Like, I truly desire the things of the Lord at this point. And that is one of the most ridiculous statements for old me to hear new
yeah,
me saying.
right. I hear you. Awesome. I just could talk to you forever. Thank you again. I hope this was helpful, and stay tuned. Next time we'll be back, hopefully with Joanna again. Will you
Sounds
come
good.
back?
Of course.
Yeah, awesome. I hope you do too. Thanks.